What's up, y'all? Jakob Owens here for the Buff Nerds. Sitting next beside me today is my girlfriend, Chanel. I thought I'd have her join me on this video because we just got back from a trip kind of over Europe and Italy more specifically, and we wanted to talk about, you know, our basically tips and pieces of advice for people traveling overseas to Europe and Italy and places like that. There's a lot of differences between there and America. You know, I wish this was stuff I would have known going into it, so I figured it would be very beneficial for me to tell you guys, just in case you ever run into a situation where you're going overseas and you need some tips, pieces of advice. So that's what we're gonna do today. Tip one, go for it.
Traveling from city to city, trains are really popular in Europe, and we highly suggest taking them. For one, they're cheaper, and two, no security. So you could just roll right on with your bags. And
you don't have to pay for bags.
Yeah.
It's cheaper, it's comfier, you get your own little section. Depends on the train you're on, but we did like business class for like $100 each for doing like these long distance trips. Like a 5-hour trip, we took a train, business class, $100, got food, just the service, like water, like it was nice and comfy.
Clean
and
bathroom.
Way better than trying to fly, especially in a foreign country, trying to fly and go through security and all that stuff. So take trains, it's easy, it's more comfortable, and it's easier on the wallet, which is...
Tip number two, save time and money by pre-booking the popular tourist sites. We ran into that our first stop at the Vatican, and it was...
Yeah, we didn't pre-book anything. We just tried to go there. The line was super long. Then we got hustled by someone off the street like, oh, we'll get you to skip the line, just come with us. Then we had to wait 30 minutes. They got us these tickets that we had to buy that ended up close to what the actual price was if you would have just waited in line, and it was just a mess and a hassle. And the times we did pre-book our tickets, like the Coliseum, it was much quicker, more affordable, just less headache. So if you're gonna do stuff, pre-book your tickets. Don't try and do it on the spot, wait in lines, get hustled by street people, because we got hustled.
Wake up early. Everything's overpopulated, there's just too many people, and if you want a decent picture or you're filming and you don't want people in the background, wake up early.
Yeah, if you don't want people in the background of like the cool stuff you're going to see, wake up super early. There will be no one out there, but you wait until it gets even to like 11 o'clock, and then it's just packed with tourists. Don't
get money from the
currency exchange. Don't get money from the currency exchange people, because they take a percentage. You want to get it out of the ATM. If you pull money out of the ATM, it's they don't take a percentage, and it's direct to your dollars. You don't have to, it's quicker because you don't have to wait for some person to do the exchange. So we made that mistake when we first got there. We did a currency exchange, and it was just kind of a hassle, and they take a pretty big percentage.
Yeah, I feel like we lost at least $100.
Probably, yeah, we probably lost a lot of money just doing the currency exchange. So straight ATM, or get a ton of cash out beforehand before you leave, and take money over there, cash out, to do an exchange, right?
No,
yeah.
That's the exchange thing. That's what we did. We brought our cash over there, remember? 4, book Airbnbs. It's much more like experience. You get to experience the city, live, or, you know, for the time being, where actual people and residents live, rather than staying in like a hotel that's Americanized, or even if it's a local hotel. Just I think the experience of like being in the residential homes and neighborhoods that these people live in is cool, and the amenities that come with it are always cool. And I don't know, I think it's just more authentic.
More authentic.
And also, all of our Airbnb hosts were really nice and would tell us like what the popular restaurants were, where the popular areas were to go. So you really do get a more authentic experience, because I don't know if they would have given that type of like inside advice at a hotel. Huge pro tip for the Airbnbs: try to find the ones that have washing machines, because we like to try to pack as light as we can, because with all the camera gear, things just get heavy. So if you can book an Airbnb that has a washer, you can wash your clothes and just rewear.
Yeah, that's
and
nice.
Possibly just carry a carry-on.
That was a nice thing. We did that, and that helped a lot. Washing machines, big thumbs up. 5, pay with credit card while you can. There's a lot of places when you go to eat, you can pay with a credit card. So rather than like paying cash if they accept credit card, and then having to go and pull out more money, or go to a currency exchange spot, pull out more money and lose more money, it's just beneficial if wherever you go, if they accept a card, pay with card. So try and pay with cash as little as possible. If they don't accept card, obviously pay with cash, but if they accept a card, pay with your card, because it's going to save you a lot of time and save you a lot of money if you're not constantly having to pull out money from an ATM or currency exchange or whatever. Number 6.
Very essential for wherever you're traveling throughout the world, but take a picture of your passport on your phone. Email it to yourself as well as a close family member, somebody who's reliable, because if your passport happens to get stolen,
or damaged or anything like that,
you can take your picture to the US Embassy and it makes the process just a little bit easier.
Yeah, you need a picture, because if it gets lost, damaged, stolen, whatever, and you don't have a passport, you're kind of screwed. So make sure you have a picture of your passport on your phone, your girlfriend's phone, your friend's phone, something very clear, like make front, back, the inside, all that good stuff. So those are our main tips, but now we got some forewarnings. These are kind of like tips or pieces of advice, but they're more so like warnings and things to be aware of and look out for before you go overseas.
Kind of our opinion too, not
yeah, and it's our opinion, our take on the experience we had over there. Number 1, water costs money everywhere. If you go to a restaurant, you go to a store, anywhere, like if you want water, it costs money. Now in Italy, there was like little sprockets or sprickets of like you would turn in the middle of the street, there'd be like hoses basically that push out water that you can drink and fill your water bottle with and stuff. But if you go anywhere to eat, wherever, like water costs money.
But on the tip of, or the forewarning of the water fountains that are like in the middle of the street, they're all over Italy, and it's ice cold water that you literally just put your water bottle up to and it fills up. We bought these. We
bought like these collapsible containers that took up no space, and then we could fill it up with water and drink from it if we wanted to. So that was helpful.
You can find them at REI.
REI. Piggybacking off water, when you're at a restaurant, make sure you ask for still water, because if you don't, they might bring you sparkling water. Sparkling or fizz water over there are super popular, so make sure you want still water. They'll ask you, sometimes they won't ask you, so make sure you make it known, I want some still water. Bring me the water that is still. All right.
You also have to ask for ice.
You always have to ask for ice. I don't care, I don't need ice in my, but if you don't ask for ice, they won't bring you ice, so ask for ice. That's another one. Going on service, continuing on, the service is very, very slow. In America, we're used to like, pa, 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 in and out. Here, it's like, you just have to like, to get anyone's attention to come over and help you. So make sure, you know, service will be slow. You're gonna have to like call them over, and like it's not like it is here in America. That was at least our experience. It was just very, very slow.
You just have to be patient.
Most of these go towards the service and going out to eat or drink, because the next few are like this as well. One, you don't have to tip. There's no tips over there, so don't worry about adding a tip to the end, which I think results into the next thing or forewarning is that the waiters or servers can be kind of rude.
See, but I don't like to use the word rude, because I think that is their normal. They're just straightforward, and here in America, we're not used to that.
Here in America, you know, waiters work for tips and everything, and for the most part, everyone's so polite and, oh, what can I get you in this and that? Over there, it's just like straightforward, like, can I get this? No. And we're like, what? The first day we were there, Futuristic asked for pesto, a side of pesto for his pasta, and the guy just said, no. And we all looked at each other like, what? And then he was like, so I can't get a side of pesto for my pasta? No. And that was our first experience. And that's kind of continued out through the rest of the trip. It was just like, you couldn't really change things on the menu and change things around. It is what it is. What's on the menu is what's on the menu. You can't ask to add this and change that. And just it's very straightforward service. It isn't Burger King. You can't have it your way.
Not in Italy.
Not in Italy. Wine is cheap, so drink up. I was getting glasses of wine all the time, because I think it was like $3 a glass, which was amazing, or €3, I should say. But yeah, wine over there was really good, smooth, cheap.
And literally sometimes the wine would be, there are wine options that were cheaper than the still water. Like it's
crazy.
Yeah.
And last of the 4 warnings, bring comfortable shoes. You're walking everywhere. My girlfriend has a Fitbit. She was tracking our steps, and pretty much on average every day we were walking anywhere from what, like 10 to 12 miles a day. So if you didn't have comfortable shoes, you were out of luck. Bring comfortable shoes, because you're walking, standing, moving around all the time, and that's, you know, super important.
I would honestly say Converse are not good. You need something that is like
you need some cushion for the pushing.
Oh my gosh.
You need some cushion for the pushing
of your feet.
Of your feet on the street.
There you go.
So yeah, I think that makes up kind of our list of tips, pieces of advice, forewarnings for traveling to Europe, to Italy, and just having a good time and good experience there overall. Oh yeah, eat gelato too. Like eat a lot of gelato. It's everywhere. And if you're lactose intolerant, you don't need to worry because it's not dairy. So we're literally having it like twice a day. And I'm hoping we didn't like forget anything.
I would say one last piece of advice. Italy is very popular in the summer. We went in June and July. I would suggest go in a more off season, because not only was it super hot everywhere we went, but there was just tons of people everywhere. And I'm sure it's it's gotten super popular and more popular, but especially during the summer when there's that many people and it's that hot, it can get a little irritating at times trying to like move around and go see and do everything. So maybe visit in the off season for a more less hectic experience. But overall, super fun. The best part about Italy was the Amalfi Coast. The Amalfi Coast, Positano, Amalfi, and Capri were by far my favorite part, and just like super dope. I just dropped a travel film on the channel. I'll link it here or in the description. It'll pop up here or whatever. Maybe I'll put it at the end. But that was my favorite place, the Amalfi Coast. Super beautiful. And if there's anywhere I could recommend to go in Italy, it would be the Amalfi Coast or Venice. Venice was really cool too. He really liked Naples.
No, not Naples. Naples was awful. But Venice, I also dropped a Venice short film or travel film. You can watch that. I'll link them. I'll link all the travel stuff in the description below. But Venice, Amalfi Coast, fire, super fire. Quick.
Amalfi Coast.
Amalfi Coast. By far. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. I'm Jakob Owens for the Buff Nerds. This is Chanel.
See you guys later.
And we're out.